Hello YouTube, it is Browny time. So, the survivors that we found at Concord are now moving to Sanctuary, where our old house used to be. Yeah, I played quite a bit of it now. Got a good general gist of it all, and just thought I'd give my opinion on how it is. So there has been quite a bit of talk about how the visuals are. People saying it's not quite as good as they were expecting. Some textures come across quite muddy and a bit low quality. Not low quality, but not as good as they could have been. If you ask me, the textures are good. Textures are very good. Sure, not maybe as good as other, like, I don't know, Call of Duty or something. But it's a very different game to Call of Duty. In COD, your missions are set in distinct areas. They only have to create those areas and they can be quite small. Whilst with Fallout, it's the entire map. They're making an entire city, as well as the outskirts and surrounding areas of that city. They're creating vaults, underground areas, tunnels, houses that you can now walk in. Some of them you can just walk straight into, and they'll be full of stuff. There's no loading screens for some of them. Obviously with others, like the town centre, or the museum in the centre of the town, you did have to have a bit of a loading screen. It wasn't a long one, not as long as they have been in the past, but there was one just so that they can add a bit more into it. Also, they've added the new aiming system, so you can now just look straight down your sights. You could do it with some of the weapons in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. These were mainly scope weapons that you use in the scope rather than just iron sights. This makes it so you're less dependent on VATs, and it can make it more competitive with games such as COD and Battlefield, and you can fight much easier and quicker because you're just looking straight down the sides. Obviously there is weapon inaccuracy. They are crafted weapons, they're just bits of scrap put together, and that's just to improve the feel of you're a survivor in a post-apocalyptic world, where the weapons aren't going to be up to scratch because they're not recently made. We are now 200 years in the future compared to when we started, so things aren't going to be new. They are going to be rusty, they are going to be old. Now, frame rates. At the minute, mine is doing fine. I'm around 60, jumping down sometimes to near 40. Yeah, sure, a lot of PC gamers are like, well, it's not over 60, I want it over 60. My gaming system is an AMD R9 290 graphics card, and an AMD FX 8350 CPU with 16GB of RAM. So it's not the biggest system, it's not the most up to date, it's relatively up to date. When I looked up how well Fallout 4 would run on my PC on GameDebate.com, which is a pretty good website when you're working out what games you can play, it said that I should be able to run it between medium and high. I'm running it at ultra quality. So, and it's not jumpy, it's not laggy. You can see slight stutters if you really concentrate, but it runs fine. It runs perfect. I don't need to upgrade my PC. I can do if I want. But it's not that I have to upgrade it just to get the best out of this game when I already am doing pretty And to all those people who do have issues with like FPS or the visuals stuff, just like in Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3, Skyrim, a lot of the Bethesda games, they are going to be adding moderators, not moderators, modders are going to be tinkering with the game. They're going to be adding in lots of new content, like in Skyrim there was new quests, new places, new factions. It was pretty much endless with what modders could do with the game. So, just give the modders a bit of time. There's probably already a load of people working on it. Going to be obviously creating new textures and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, just give them time, and if Fallout 4 is not up to scratch with, in your opinion, then it could very well be very soon with additions from modders. So various new features. Obviously, I've spoken about the aiming system with it being downsized and quicker. I'm currently in the power suit, so this new layout of being able to see through your power suit, seeing it through a screen like this bottom area, it's really making it more immersive for you. You do get the animation of stepping into your power suit. You get all this sort of stuff with the core, which I'm thinking is the power. So after a while, your suit will run out of power. You need to get new fusion cells and fusion cores to stick back into your power suit to make it run again. So it's just making things more of a survival aspect. What that sound was? Mine, so I think I'm going to move out of the way. Or maybe it was on about the fusion. So yeah, my fusion core is now running low. It's into 25% battery. So things will start shutting down gradually and becoming slower. So after a while I will need to come out of this. I will probably do that now actually. These areas you do come out of it. So pull myself out of this now so you get that nice animation. Making it more immersive. Another new feature is where plots of land are like a building. You can remove that building and that plot is available to you to build on. Whatever you want to build on it, you can build on it. In things that videos for E3 and videos that Bethesda has released, they've shown various mechanisms that you can add to it. You can add power, you can add defences, have this whole electricity system running, and it just makes it makes Fallout more like Minecraft. So you can have all these new mechanisms, you can build it all yourself, personalise your own house, make your own house your own, stick lights on it, put your name on it, put your name up in the lights, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, they've definitely added a lot of new content to Fallout 4. Another thing with personalising stuff is you can make your very own weapon. What I mean by this is you can stick in a rifle, add a few different bits to it, and make it your own basically. You could add in one rifle, put this on it, add a few different bits of scrap, and it becomes looking one way. You could put in the same rifle, add different parts to it, and it'll look a completely different way. So you can have your rifle very much personalised to you. Then there's sound. Now the sound, quite similar I'd say to Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. One of these things that I like is you can actually hear dogs' footsteps on this tarmac. And it's surround sound, so I can actually figure out where my dog is without having to look at him. And obviously that can be used in combat. You're going through an area, you're being shot at, you can pinpoint what direction it's coming at and maybe what height it's coming at. So they have updated the sound, the music is quite similar, weather sound things are quite similar, so you have a wind and stuff going through. So yeah, if you ask me, Fallout 4 is definitely a step out from Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3. Fallout 3 had this bland look to it, it was all brown, it was all that musky green sort of colour. It got boring after a while. Then you hit Fallout 4. At the start, it's all very colourful, because obviously you're in pre-apocalyptic times, so it's all normal. You got all the colours from that. Then you go down into the vault, come back up, everything's destroyed, but it's still colourful. May not be as colourful. Obviously, they do have to make it so there has been a disaster. But you got, like, here you got the yellow. You go inside, you got all the different colours from the lights, all the different types of rust, and they don't just make it that one brown and green colour. It is all different. It does look, I want to say, more pretty for post-apocalyptic land where everybody's being killed and stuff. That's a very sadistic way of putting it. But it's definitely an improvement. They've definitely worked hard on it. They've come through. I'd say, sure, it might not be quite as up to date as other visuals are in other games, but they've made probably what is going to be the game of the year to me, my opinion. But yeah, that's just kind of a quick sum up of what my opinion is of it, how I feel about it, and maybe something that you can take on as whether or not you want to buy the game, or maybe something you haven't thought about. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I know it might have been a bit boring if you just wanted to see like the gameplay, which you did a bit, not a lot of it, just kind of me walking around and talking about it. Yeah, if you did enjoy it, then hit the like button. Tell me what you think about the game in the comments. Always interesting to hear your opinions. Maybe something that I haven't thought about as well. And last but not least, if you haven't subscribed, then please do subscribe. Big thanks and thumbs up to everyone who has subscribed. It really helps the channel. And I shall see you guys in the next video. So thanks for watching, guys. I shall see you later.